In late August 2025, Sweden confirmed the sale of 4 JAS-39 Gripen fighter jets to Thailand, a deal worth more than $500 million. At first glance, this appears to be just another defense contract in a world where arms sales are common currency. Yet when placed in the broader context of global geopolitics, this transaction represents far more than the delivery of 4 aircraft. It is a strategic bridge that connects Scandinavia to Southeast Asia, reshaping regional balances while indirectly echoing the shadow of China's expanding defense influence. Thailand's choice of Gripen is neither sudden nor accidental. The Royal Thai Air Force has operated Gripen CD variants since the mid-2000s, basing them in Surat Thani on the Gulf of Thailand. These aircraft have proven reliable, cost-effective, and versatile in a region where budgets are tight, but strategic demands are high. Unlike the American F-16, which carries heavy political strings, or Russian Su-30s that have become more difficult to maintain due to sanctions and logistics, the Swedish Gripen offers Thailand a uniquely pragmatic solution. It delivers NATO-level technology at a fraction of the operating cost, without forcing Bangkok to lean too far toward Washington or Moscow. The new Gripen EF models extend range, radar sophistication, and electronic warfare capabilities, ensuring Thailand's Air Force remains competitive for decades. Behind Thailand's procurement lies a deeper message: the desire to maintain equilibrium. Southeast Asia is a chessboard of great power competition, where choices in arms procurement often mirror political alignment. By opting for Gripen, Bangkok signals its preference for a middle path, neither locked into American dependence nor bending to Chinese military influence. Gripen thus functions not merely as an aircraft, but as a balancing mechanism in Thailand's strategic posture. For Sweden, the deal is equally consequential. Long known for its neutrality, Stockholm shed that identity when it joined NATO in 2024, a direct response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Since then, Sweden has doubled its defense spending and sought to project its industrial base beyond Europe. Saab, the manufacturer of Gripen, has already established a foothold in Brazil, producing and co-developing Gripen E fighters for South America. Now, with Thailand, Saab extends its reach into Asia. What emerges is a pattern. Sweden is building a global web of partnerships, not limited to NATO allies, but including states seeking autonomy within a polarized world order. This expansion is not merely about sales volume. It is about embedding Swedish, and by extension, NATO-compatible technology in diverse regions. Each Gripen exported is a node in a wider network of interoperability, one that strengthens the supply chain resilience of Western defense industries while undermining the monopoly of major powers. In that sense, Thailand's Gripens are not just Thai jets. They are part of a trans-regional fabric connecting Bangkok, Stockholm, and Brussels. Yet hovering in the background of this deal is the ever-present specter of China. Over the past decade, Beijing has flooded Southeast Asia with military hardware: VT-4 main battle tanks for Thailand, JF-17 fighters co-produced with Pakistan, HQ-9 air defense systems offered to various clients, and an array of drones and frigates marketed aggressively. Thailand itself purchased the Chinese VT-4 tank, a sign of willingness to engage with Beijing's defense industry. However, when it comes to combat aircraft, the crown jewel of any military, Bangkok's decision to bypass China speaks volumes. It reflects doubts about Chinese reliability, concerns over political dependency, and recognition that Western platforms still carry technological superiority. The Gripen, therefore, is more than a plane. It is a rejection of Chinese exclusivity. This rejection does not equate to hostility. Thailand will continue to balance relationships with all major powers, including China, the United States, and Russia. But Gripen injects a new variable into the equation: a European non-superpower supplier whose products give Thailand flexibility. That flexibility is itself a strategic weapon. By diversifying its suppliers, Bangkok avoids overdependence and ensures no single great power can dictate its defense trajectory. In turn, this limits China's leverage in a region Beijing hopes to dominate economically and militarily. The implications ripple outward. For Southeast Asia as a whole, Thailand's choice reinforces the notion that the region has options beyond the binary of US or Chinese arms. Indonesia has selected France's Rafale. The Philippines is weighing American F-16Vs against South Korean Fa-50s. Vietnam continues to rely on Russian Su-30s while eyeing Western alternatives. Against this backdrop, Thailand's Gripen stand as proof that mid-sized European powers can play meaningful roles in shaping the military landscape of Asia. For Sweden, this is not merely about profit margins. It is about identity. A country once content with neutrality is now a NATO member, its defense industry an instrument of foreign policy. Each Gripen that takes flight abroad carries not only Swedish technology, but also Sweden's geopolitical footprint. By delivering fighters to Thailand, Stockholm signals that its relevance extends far beyond the Baltic Sea. In a quiet but deliberate way, Sweden is projecting influence into regions where NATO's presence is contested and China's rise is pronounced. For NATO, too, the implications are significant. While the alliance is focused on Europe's eastern front, its members are aware that the Indo-Pacific cannot be ignored. Sweden's ability to export advanced aircraft to Asia broadens NATO's indirect reach, embedding alliance-compatible platforms in the arsenals of non-member states. This does not equate to Thailand joining NATO, of course, but it does mean that Bangkok's forces will train, maintain, and operate systems aligned with Western standards. That in itself subtly extends the alliance's ecosystem. In conclusion, the sale of 4 Gripens may appear modest when compared to massive US or Chinese arms deals. Yet its symbolism is disproportionate to its size. From Stockholm's perspective, it is a declaration that Sweden is no longer confined to European neutrality, but is instead a global defense player. For Bangkok, it is a balancing act that preserves autonomy amid intensifying great power rivalry. And for Beijing, it is a reminder that even in a region where China's economic and military weight looms large, alternatives remain viable. Gripen's wings may span only 8.4 meters, but their reach now extends from Scandinavia to the South China Sea. This is why such a deal matters. Weapons are never just hardware. They are instruments of diplomacy, leverage, and identity. Thailand's new Gripens carry within them a story of balance, choice, and quiet resistance to dominance. And as these jets take to the skies over Southeast Asia, they will embody not just the power of Swedish engineering, but the enduring quest of smaller states to navigate a world defined by giants. This analysis reminds us that defense deals are not isolated events, but part of a larger geopolitical tapestry. To continue exploring how even small shifts in military procurement can ripple across regions, from the Baltic Sea to the South China Sea, we need the support of a dedicated community. If you find value in these insights, consider subscribing, sharing your thoughts, and supporting our work. Every gesture of encouragement helps sustain a platform committed to clear-eyed, fact-based analysis of global military affairs. Together, we can shed light on the hidden currents shaping the future of security and balance in our world.